Hi, everyone, and welcome to the evening portion of the Rick Richard Show. And I'm not calling it the COVID Chronicles tonight because we are going to have something a little bit different. I thought for one night, just one night, let's take a little bit of a break from the COVID Chronicles and the shitty news, and let's take a trip down memory lane and recite a story that a lot of people have asked me about over the years. So today I hooked up with an old buddy of mine, Terry Mclean. I haven't seen him in a long, long time. And we got together and we were reminiscing, and we together, we tell the story of our time in that nasty, horrible Mexican jail down in Cabo San Lucas. Great catching up, Terry. I love you, buddy. And I hope everyone enjoys our Tales of High Adventure. See you tomorrow morning.
She was such a nice person, man. And I dumped her.
Yeah.
I dumped her, and then Doug Hawking went with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He married her.
He married her.
And then they divorced, and then she married somebody else, and that's when she died.
Wow.
But yeah, so I remember that place. And then you lived in a place down by Bridgeview, right?
Holy shit, with Diana.
Yeah, with Diana. You know,
Holy
you know that I
shit.
remember that place? I remember we had a party there. I think this would have been.
I remember.
That must have been 1989.
I know what you're going to say.
1990, because I was out of high school.
Really?
And I remember having a party there. And you just go. You
In the place?
Spit in the place.
It was such a nice place.
Yeah, and then Diana, she was out like, what, a couple days after that?
Oh, did she move out?
Yeah, she moved out after
Oh, weird. She was unhappy with that, or just me in general?
just the partying, I think.
Oh, really? I don't even remember.
We were using that place as a flop house, right?
I remember, like, we had no wood, so I started pulling the shit off the house and burning it.
There you go.
Now I remember that. Holy shit, eh? Really?
So where did
she
you
dump me?
Well, she moved out.
Several times, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
She's married now.
I
Why do
know,
you keep
man.
asking about her?
Good for her, man. You know why I asked about her? Because she was like the original, like, one, I thought, for me, you know, like, even though we were together that
So we
long.
met, right?
Yeah.
I'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so my cousin Diana was going out with this guy, and this guy she introduced us to was Terry, and I was 18. You were like 22 at the time. Darren was 19.
Is that our age difference?
Yeah.
Oh.
And so this guy starts coming around, and I'm like, holy fuck, this guy's funner than Diane. Eventually, we all went out together, right? These places, you, me, Darren, Diane, and
Really?
doing stuff. Then all of a sudden, it would just be you, me, and Darren going out to places, right?
Oh, shit. Well, that ain't gonna work, right?
No.
Oh, sorry,
Remember
Dan.
Shooters? You used to go to Shooters?
Remember that name, Shooters?
It was the bar.
You have a good memory. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, man, I got a good memory.
I've been through the ringer, man. My memory's shot. Thanks.
So
for
the
bringing
Mexican
us back.
stories, it might be tough for you. Right?
Well, we're gonna have different views, I'm sure.
That's what's interesting to me.
It is gonna be interesting for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, there ain't
All right.
much to tell, but yeah, I can't believe you're telling me all this shit that I forgot. Like the fucking house I was burning down firewood. Like I remember
Yeah,
I pushed
that
somebody
place-
through the wall on purpose. Like the whole wall went down.
Remember that place you had? It was up
Diana.
close to Wally. You lived there with Kelly, and then Darren lived there for a month. And Darren brought in his glorious fish tank.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And then one night Kelly got drunk out of his head, and me and Darren came home from the bar, and Kelly comes out of his room and starts pissing in the fish tank.
He
And
pissed
then
the fridge too.
Yeah, then he pissed in the fridge. This guy opens the fridge and just starts pissing.
Like, Kelly,
and Darren's like, oh, fuck this, man.
Yeah, I dumped to Shannon at that time, and Darren took over.
And then you had that other girl, that Nikki.
Depends if I live in Surrey or not, right?
So let's go through the Mexico trip.
Okay, get on to it.
Do you wanna give your recollection, and then I'll do mine, or do you want me to go first?
Oh, well, let's start off with like we got there, right?
Okay.
And was
well,
there like
before we even got there,
Okay, what
I said to
did I go there in underwear? Because I went back to Mexico again in underwear. Was that with you?
you got warned at the airport for pissing on the window.
Oh, that was me.
Yeah, you and Terry, right? The night we're leaving.
Yeah.
Him and Terry, or you and Kelly. The night we're leaving, you guys got drunk and pissed on the doors.
Nothing says class.
And all the cop did was warn you, say, hey, you can't piss here.
It's because you like my dick,
I'm
bro.
like, nope. Okay. Okay, so
Alright.
to kick it all off though, before that I was in a bartending course, and the bartender there started telling me about Cuba. He said, he described this place like Cuba, like it's a fucking total bacchanal, right? A hedonist place, like where fucking everything goes. And I thought, oh, we gotta go there. And so we had the ICBC money, right?
You know what's not working out here?
What?
Is I wanted to sit with this side of my pretty face on the side, and now we're seeing this side all the time.
Do you want to switch?
Yeah.
The genesis of the trip started from another trip, because we went to Peach Fest in 1990, remember?
Well, we tried to go together.
Yeah, you, me, Rob, and that girl Natalie. Remember her?
I should. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
In a way, yeah.
Yeah, and so
Hit her in the head with it.
it was a great party, wasn't it? The Peach Fest that weekend, it was just, we didn't even stay anywhere. Where did we sleep?
There was a couple times. I remember, like, we were going another time. Wasn't it you? Different car, and me and Darren were
That was 1988.
down?
Yeah, that was 1988. You and me and Todd went in one car. You and Darren went in another car with somebody else. But for whatever reason, you decided to put your luggage in my car.
Yeah, nothing. I slept on park benches and Darren. I wasn't competent, by the way.
And so we're driving along, and all of a sudden, this is all the way back to 1988. We're driving along, and all of a sudden, like, how did we get so far ahead of Darren and Terry? So we slow down, we're waiting. Finally, we pull over, and in like half an hour, these guys don't show up, and I'm like, fuck, maybe they were ahead of us. And so we just drove on, and that was the last I saw them. But we're driving through the border. We ended up going down through a Soyuz, and then me and Todd was 13 years old. At 14 years old, yeah, he lied about his age. I'm driving around the fucking country with a 14-year-old kid.
Is he alive?
Yeah, he's alive.
Oh.
He's still the same, but he cut his hair. He's got short hair now.
And not the same then.
Well, almost the same, right? And
we all cut our hair, by the way.
we go through the border, and the cop goes, "Do you have any money on you?" And we're like, "No, just what we have here." And he goes, "How do you explain this?" Then he opens the trunk and a suitcase, and there's a big bunch of cash there. I don't know. This isn't my suitcase. It was your suitcase.
Really? I had a big bunch of cash?
Yeah, you had a bunch of
get
cash.
it back?
I don't know. Either Todd took it or spent it, or I can't remember what
I
happened.
can't believe you remember this stuff.
That's where my memory does fail me.
I know I was stuck with Darren, and he was stuck with me. He fucking hated me.
Oh, he
He's like
bitches on that
incompetent
trip.
all the time.
I just had that trip with him in Europe. You never heard somebody bitch more than Darren. Like, holy fuck, man.
It's true.
If the car's too small, he's got no room. If it's too big, he can't drive it. If a place is too far, he doesn't want to drive there. If the road is too wide, it's too hard to get over.
Oh, that's funny.
If they have a free breakfast and it starts too early, like, holy shit, man, it never ends. Hey, here we go.
I'm not in Cancun, but I wish I was.
All right, so
There we go.
so moving along. So 1990, we went up to Peach Fest, and it was one of these wild fucking times. And then we're driving back, and from Peach Fest in the old days, you had to go the old route, and it was about a 6-hour drive. So I drove. It was the middle of the night we were driving back, so everybody was really tired. And I started driving. I drove for I guess about 5 hours, and then I'm like, I'm too tired. Can someone take over? And this guy Rob we were with said, yeah, I'll drive. And so Rob went into the driver's seat.
Is he alive?
Yeah, he's alive.
Okay, thanks.
As far as I know.
Oh.
I haven't seen him in 20 years either.
That's good.
But anyway, so I thought, okay, good, now I can sleep. So I nod off to sleep, and then all of a sudden, I wake up to see the car flying off the road. And we're going off the road, and I managed to look around at everyone's face, and Terry was like this. And Rob was like this. We're driving off the road, and there's no expression on his face. So then the ambulance came and got us.
Really?
Remember that?
I remember going off the road.
Yeah, we went off the road.
Sounds like this.
Yeah, you were like,
Yeah.
and then so the ambulance took us to the hospital. They looked at our injuries, and we determined it was enough to get something out of ICBC.
And then I sued Rob. And
Yeah,
got some
and
money.
I sued him too. Yeah,
Went to Mexico, I think.
That's
that.
where we went to
Thank
Mexico.
God for Rob. He was good for something.
Yeah.
That's about it, though.
Not very reactive though. And when we were booking the trip back then, you had to go through a travel agent, right? Like you don't just go on Expedia and book this shit. So I went to a travel agent and I said, look, we want to go where there's lots of party, lots of women, nothing but fun. She said, okay, I got just the place. So she sends us to some fucking couples resort, or what is it? It was like a senior's place, wasn't it?
Was it?
Well, do you remember seeing any girls?
Not that I know of.
Not where our hotel was.
Not in
that's
jail,
for
that's
sure.
for sure.
No, although there were some gay guys in jail.
Well, they looked like girls.
So anyways, we went off to Cabo San Lucas, right? And I think it was the second or third night there. There's the place we were staying was called San Jose del Cabo, and it's kind of like a, I don't know, like an older person's resort, and it was really fucking boring. So we decided to go over to Cabo San Lucas, which is supposed to be the happening place, right? And what's his name? Sammy Hagar had a club there called Cabo Cabo.
I love Sammy.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Mas tequila.
They were very successful with him too.
One shot.
So Terry and I, we managed to get a hold of this thing called it's called a booze cruise, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you go on this little boat around the harbor and all that, and all the drinks are free. And we had both had probably 6 or 7 beers each before it even pulled out of the harbor. So we were getting smashed. And
really?
Yeah. And one thing I remember is I used to smoke then, right? And it was kind of windy and I couldn't light my cigarette. So a lady said she would light it. So I got my beer and I put my beer under my arm. Then when I bent down to get a light, my beer poured out all over her camera. She had like
really?
a fucking $600 camera and I poured beer all over it.
Is this on the cruise?
Yeah, on the cruise.
Oh.
So then we got off the cruise and of course we're pissed out of our heads. And
Hold on, can I interject?
Yeah.
On that cruise, I thank you for keeping me on the fucking boat because apparently I did so many shots that I was falling off. Hey, there's a fucking whale over there, and you grabbed me, Terry. What the fuck, right?
Yeah, Terry almost. But if you fell off, we might not have been thrown in jail.
That's true.
That
I could have died and got over, just forgot about everything.
Yeah, that might have altered the night permanently.
Because when you're dead, you do that, right? You kind of forget about
you
stuff.
don't do anything after
Yeah,
that, right?
can't believe you don't remember that part where I was just doing, Opa, what are they doing? Ah, I'm shooting back
Yeah,
shit.
he was doing tequila shots, and yeah, he was almost falling off the boat.
Yeah.
And
Because I was like a stick man. On that,
so you do remember that then?
Remember?
You remember the booze cruise?
I remember the booze cruise big time. Yeah. I remember you saving my ass.
Hey.
But we'll get back to where you save my ass again pretty soon.
Yeah. So we're off, and we decide we were going to go to that Cabo Wabo. And I don't know why. This part I'm kind of hazy on. I mean, I was pretty drunk, and it's 30 years ago, but I think I wanted to get changed because I thought they had a dress code. And I was wearing just shorts and a muscle shirt.
So it's your fault.
Maybe. I don't know. Well, we both got changed, right?
Yeah.
And then this car pulls up, and it's not even like a police car. It's like a Datsun 510 or something. And some skinny dude gets out, and he talks to you.
No, he punched me in the stomach.
Did he?
Yeah, he punched me in the
The
stomach.
guy in the car?
He didn't say anything. He punched me in the stomach.
Really?
Was it a cop?
Yeah.
Yeah, he punched me in the stomach.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
There you go. See, I'm learning something myself here.
Yeah.
All I remember, here's what I remember. I was I taking a piss or getting changed? I was doing one of those.
At the same time, probably.
I was in a state of nakedness, anyways. And I saw him over with the cop, and they just go, "Come on." And I'm like, "Oh, is this part of the tour or something? Is this a taxi?" It wasn't a fucking
Like,
taxi.
where
man.
were we? Like, I don't even remember getting
were
to that
walking.
place. I know we had a big crowd around us.
Where?
Changing, man. We had a
Did we?
whole gathering of fucking everybody, families everywhere.
Oh,
We were in the wrong part of Mexico.
yeah. I don't even remember that.
Like, where did people go? Like,
I
were
was
following
kind
people.
of behind a shrub or a bush getting
But we were
changed.
following people off the boat, and then all of a sudden we were alone, changing, getting naked with the whole crowd around us, watching us, and getting punched us down by cops.
Yeah, I don't even remember. I was too drunk.
Isn't that weird? How I never shit.
Yeah, that's good. That's great that you can remember those
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
Yeah, because I was kind of away from that.
I didn't know
part.
you were even drunk.
Fuck, I was pissed. I was out of my fucking head.
Oh.
So then I don't even remember the car ride, to be honest. But I remember the jail. Once we got into the jail, that was pretty clear to me. There's 2 smaller portions on each side. Then there's a big kind of drunk tank in the middle.
We got thrown.
We got thrown in the big drunk tank first.
Oh, was it in the middle?
Yeah.
Oh, I look at it as the end.
Yeah, it was the end. Like, if you're walking in, the big drunk tank cell would be there, and then there would be one off to the left and one off to the right. The one off the left that we ended up in, that fucker that always wanted the sandwich.
With other. Well, no, I remember. This is what I remember now. Okay, we get in there, and somehow one of the Mexicans, they didn't like me, and I had a confrontation, and I was like, okay, let's fucking go. And I remember like they could hand things through the window at that time.
Okay, well that was after. Yeah.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Okay, so we were in the drunk tank, and there was a few other prisoners in there, and we were kind of having fun with them at first, right? Like we were yelling and I don't know, just
Not sexual.
No, yeah, we weren't having that kind of fun, but we were just like they were teaching us words, and I found out later, like he's saying "Tu madre es puta,"
Yeah.
and I'm telling the guard, "Your mother's a whore,"
Yeah.
right? I didn't know any Spanish then. These fucking dickheads.
They told us to say that.
They were getting us to say that shit.
Yeah.
And now I'll go through my version of the fight, and then
Okay.
you rewind it and go through your version. Okay. So we're in here, right? And then we see I hear a commotion out in the lobby, and they're bringing another guy in because it's the drunk tank and it's Friday night, so people are starting to filter in, right? And so they're bringing in this guy. He's got kind of long, sort of brown feathered hair and like a goatee type thing.
Wow, you remember that?
And he had no shirt on, right? And he's like a biker kind of guy.
Guys
right?
with no shirts.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
they're ready for action, right? You know they're ready for action, right? And I was just looking at this guy, and I just had concern come over me, right? I wouldn't say fear, but like kind of adrenaline. I thought, uh-oh, either this guy's gonna fuck us up, or we're gonna have to fuck him up, because I can't rest with this guy around. So they put him in the cell, and I just remember looking at him and him looking at me. Then I just remember punching him, and I punched him a few times, and then I think I hurt him. And then the guards, they looked in, and then they closed it again. And then he staggered up, and then I just beat the shit out of him. Like, I had him laid out on this cement bench, and I just remember being over him, just going boom,
Oh, really?
boom, and he was defenseless. And then now here's the stupid part, because then the guard opens the door again, right? And I go, this guy keeps attacking me. And I realized how stupid that must have sounded. But anyway, let's rewind and let's hear your recollection.
I don't remember really going in there or seeing much, but I do remember my memory starts with just, I said some guy, I know some Mexican guy was in there saying he started to come at me. I had a conversation with him, I'm not sure what it said. And I said, let's fucking go then. I was ready to go, and then here you come. Boom, boom, boom. Whatever you did to the guy, I don't remember. And then I was like, fuck man, he just saved my ass, because I was a twig. And and I thank you for that, by the way. Yeah, and then the next thing I know, federales come in. Chick, chick, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, the
I
first
immediately
they sprayed
shit
us,
myself. Right? Yeah, I shit myself. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you knew that. And I didn't know it the next day.
I'll
We woke
tell you
up
the funny
fucking
part about
naked. I woke up naked, yeah.
the shitting stuff. That was funny.
Yeah.
But anyways, so here's what's really crazy too. Okay, so after the fight, I just fucking annihilated this guy, right? And so they came in and they sprayed us both with pepper spray. Like, I was sort of at the back of the cell, and they sprayed me from, I don't know, like 8-10 feet away, and it stung, right? But him, they just sprayed you from like an inch from your face first, right?
Like this far from my face.
And then they dragged Terry out by his hair.
Wasn't there a shotgun?
That was in the lobby.
Really?
Yeah, okay, so here's what happens. They opened the cell, they sprayed us both, they dragged him out by his hair, right along the ground.
What?
You don't remember that?
Fucking assholes.
Oh yeah, I thought, why the fuck are they going so nuts on him?
Wow.
And they dragged me out by my shirt. And in the lobby,
shit.
they took us into the lobby, and they were hitting me with sticks.
What?
I can't remember what they were doing to you.
Holy
and then the guy pointed the gun in your face.
Yeah, shit my pants then, right?
I guess.
I thought it shit it right away. I thought.
I don't know. I didn't know about it until later. But yeah, he put the shotgun in your face, and I went over to him like, whoa, 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 and then he pointed at me, and I'm like, holy fuck, these guys don't fuck around. So that was Friday night. So then sometime Saturday, they put us in another cell. They put us in one of these side cells where the prisoners stay longer. Like the big one is the drunk tank where they come in and then they get filtered out.
One more round, Brown.
Yeah. Okay. So that's another thing, right? So after this, we're sitting in the kind of the side, the longer term cells, right? And the shit part was funny because
Thanks. Yeah. I aim to make people laugh.
not funny, haha, but like just strange, like because we're both going. Fucking this guy stinks. And you're like, I think it's me.
Yeah. I didn't know that I shit myself the next morning, man. Curled up like a ball in a fucking cement.
Yeah,
And I see the Rick. Rick, what the fuck, man? Look outside. There's nobody outside. It's nothing but desert.
Yeah.
You didn't say anything. He just looks at me like, like fuck you, man, pretty much.
Yeah, well, so we're in there. We're in the side cell, right? And there's a Mexican guy in there that could actually speak English. And then an American guy got thrown in as well. He got himself arrested on purpose. His name was Tom Donahoe.
What?
Yeah, I
You
remember his name.
that?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
He went around, he was tipping over garbage cans because they seized his boat.
Right.
And he didn't want his employer to think that he was in on some kind of deal with these guys. So he got his boat seized on purpose, so he got himself arrested. And he was thrown in there. And so this Mexican guy, we were through him, we were kind of negotiating what our options were, right? And he would talk to the guards. We offered the gold chain. Our camcorder was there, right? I offered him my boots. What?
Do you remember him saying that they were gonna torture him by squirting shit in his eyes and through his nose?
The Mexican?
Yeah.
No, I don't
He was
remember
telling me
that.
about the torture that we might get because he's getting it. That's why he was in there.
Okay, that makes sense then. Because he said to us, after this, he comes back. He's talking to the guards, and we didn't have any money for bail, right? And okay, I'll get to this part first. So in the morning, they're releasing everybody else, and the guy that I beat the shit out of, they bring him over to the cell, right? And they go shake his hand, and his face is his face is just completely, it's plastered up and swollen, and they want me to shake this guy's fucking hand, and I'm like, fuck, I feel bad about this now, man. Like, I mean, the poor guy was...
The guy protected me. That's what you were doing, man. And you know what? Thank you. Sure. I probably got my ass kicked.
And the whole night, too, before we actually got to talk to the guards, like Terry said, I don't know how they knew my name, but they kept going, hey, Brown, one more round. Show me your face. Let me see your face. And I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to get stabbed in here. I'm going to get fucking shanked, or something's going to happen to me, man. Because I told my dad I was in Chilliwack, of all places. Like, he had no idea. He had no... I owed him $1,200, so I didn't want him to know I had enough money to go to Mexico.
Did you pay him back?
No.
Oh.
But the whole time I'm thinking, fuck, nobody even knows I'm here, man, except Kelly and Darren.
Yeah, and we phoned them.
The two least reliable people.
I remember in that cell. Now, across from us were like 4, I think, Mexicans. Yeah. They were pretty much gay, which is nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and it's fine. But I think that's why they were arrested, right? Because they were gay?
Should be a
Anyways, they were in there long term. They had fucking sleeping bags.
And they kept hitting on us and shit like that.
Yeah, they kept hitting on Terry.
Yeah, because I was wearing a diaper.
Well, he was more attractive.
Yeah, right.
You had your shirt off the whole time.
Did I? I woke up kind of naked.
Yeah,
shit in my...
you had your pants on. I remember the pants you were wearing. They were like kind of
like this.
tan colored. Yeah.
No, not even close. These are jeans. But anyway.
Okay, well, tan colored.
Disagree
jeans.
if you want to.
So this Mexican guy we're in the cell with, he starts negotiating on our behalf with the guards, right? And they're talking. We don't have anything to give the guy, and they said no, they're cracking down. They won't let us take stuff like chain, gold, and boots and stuff. And he goes, "Don't worry, you're probably going to be here for 2 weeks." And then you'll go see the judge, and you'll probably only get 6 months. Right. And I'm thinking, only 6 months? Oh my God! Like, I mean, this is a place you fucking, one day feels like a year in this place, right? And
I remember looking out to you. I looked out. There was bars like the old days, right? Nothing but desert, and I'm like, wait, there's fucking nothing out there.
Yeah, that's right, man.
He didn't say much to me. He's like just totally disgusted with the whole thing.
No, I got really depressed for like a couple hours. So after he told us 6 hours. Terry fucking kicks it into overdrive, and he's fucking negotiating and trying to do all this, and I just laid down and I went to sleep. I thought maybe this will all end if I fucking go to sleep. And he's going, how do you fucking go to sleep right now? I'm like, I don't know what else to do, man. What else can I fucking do here?
Yeah, you were depressed then. That's what it was, eh?
Yeah, of course. It just felt hopeless to me. That's why.
It was fucking hopeless until
Tom Don. Well, okay. So just getting back to these gay guys, which is totally fine, right? It's fine to be gay. Don't fucking say anything against it.
Gay guys hit on me all the time, my whole life.
Yeah, not me. They don't give a shit about me.
I didn't put out though. I stayed with Diana or whoever I could.
Yeah. Or
That's about it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, yeah. So in these jails, the only way that you get food is if someone comes and brings it. The guards don't bring you food. They don't let you call anybody. So these gay guys across from us, like they had been there a while. Yeah, they had all their sleeping bags and blankets, and it was just kind of a gross setup. But they had people bringing them jugs of water, or water to fill up a jug, I guess. I don't know how they got it through the bars, but like visitors would bring them stuff.
Really?
Yeah. And a bunch of burritos. So they're all chomping on their burritos and eating this shit, and they're all backwashing and drinking from like an empty milk carton or an empty milk jug, a gallon thing full of water, and they're all passing it around. Then they pass it around the whole cell. I'm like, oh no.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Well, you remember our shower? It was just like water
had a
trickling,
shower.
sort of. There's like a hole, and water just trickled down the side.
Don't remember that at all. I don't remember that at all. I don't remember all these conversations, especially people's names. What the fuck? How do you remember that?
Well, it was kind of a fucking,
You're a genius.
kind of an important point in my life, I'd say. So
Do you
what?
think it was traumatizing in any way? Do you think that like it's stuck in your head for a reason? Like
Yeah.
me with a shotgun and shitting my pants is always stuck to me, and stuck to me. Well, you know, yeah.
No pun intended,
No.
right? Yeah, it did stick to me. I've had the shit kicked out of me a few times.
Yeah?
And, yeah. But I mean, I've never had one guy just beat me up. I've always had these fucking scenarios where it's a cop or
More than
it's a
one,
gang
right?
of people. Yeah,
Yeah, that's the way it is nowadays,
Also,
right?
just a little kid or something like that, right? So anyways, we're stuck in here. This Mexican guy, I've never seen anybody so placid about his fate. Like anytime someone got released, he goes, "Can you bring me a sandwich?" Or I guess in Spanish he would have said it. Tomorrow en buco dia, or something like that. Every time someone went out, he wanted them to bring him back a sandwich, and no one ever did. But anyways, this American Tom Donahoe, I remember how he looks. Don't you, bald guy?
No.
Yeah, he's about 50
Can't
years
even
old.
remember his fucking name. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
well, I'll never forget his name, man. I love Americans for that, you know? People bash them, but fucking not me, man. Anyways, so he had left. He had gotten bailed out, of course, right? And about, what was it, like 6 or 7 hours later, maybe, or that next night? I mean, we went in Friday night and came out Sunday morning.
Wow.
Yeah, so, yeah, anyways, so at what point, I can't remember, but this Tom Donahoe shows back up. And I'm like, oh my God. And he said he'll pay our bail if we'll pay him back. And Terry wanted to negotiate. No. No, I'm kidding. Nobody, you're not fucking negotiating with anybody when you're getting out of a Mexican jail, okay? I would have paid the guy 10 grand if I had it, to be
I
honest.
remember thanking the shit out of the guy.
Yeah,
That's all I remember.
yeah, we took a taxi all the way back to our Howard Johnson, our hotel.
Very good. Nothing against these Indians.
Yeah, I had my ear split open from their clubs, the back of my ear,
Really?
and my ribs. I had bruises up on my
They were
ribs.
beating you. I can't believe that.
Yeah, they beat you too, didn't they? Your eyes were all red from the pepper spray. I got it in the videos. I'll show you the videos. You were the next day or the
I
next
think
couple
after
days.
shotgun and blah and shit in my pants, I kind of just went
Zoned
somewhere
out,
else.
right?
Yeah. To the
Yeah.
next morning.
Yeah, then the next morning, and yeah, we stuck there. I remember trying to take a piss in there. And,
This is the
it's
bad
just
part of the
gross.
story, though, is some older gentleman lent us some money at the place, and we never paid them back, eh?
I paid Tom Donahoe that.
Yeah, well, I think we both did, didn't we? Or
I think so. Yeah, but we were broke
Hopefully.
after that.
yeah, we had to beg for food and shit.
Yeah, until someone sent us money, right? Like we had, I don't know, a week of basically nothing, right? Like we had to go to like grocery stores and buy fucking, 20 peso burritos or
Do
shit
you
like
remember the
that.
old couple giving us money?
I remember the guy from Family Ties that we played volleyball with.
Oh, yeah.
Remember him? Remember the beach volleyball?
We tried. It's just the same thing. Yeah, that's right.
Michael Gross, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. It's hilarious. Yeah. Then we made it somehow just wandering around playing volleyball here and there, just kind of blending in,
Well, that
scared
was
shitless.
the only thing that was free, right? After that point, we kind of backed off on the clubs a little bit after that.
Well, quite a bit, I think.
Yeah.
Totally
Like
none.
every night, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't go back to Cabo San Lucas ever again.
By the way, you don't go with this guy.
No.
Can't get chicks at all. So
No, it's tough with me.
yeah, no, it was tough. It's one thing I didn't like about you. I mean, who wants to hang around with a guy who's better looking and smarter and charming? You know, fuck that. I'll never get
We
it.
did meet a couple of waitresses
Wow.
and
Somebody did, yeah. We
chatted, right?
Don't want to talk about that, but yeah,
No.
yeah, it was a kind of bad experience there for me. But you remember that part?
Yeah.
I would say I won't get into. Yeah, yeah. Thanks for that, by the way.
I was
We
seeing
won't-
red. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the things we remember.
Yeah. So that was the extent of the jail experience, and I mean, other than that, I mean, it wasn't a bad place. The sun was pretty good.
I discovered this guy through YouTube because I snuck into his Facebook and then I did it. That's how I got a hold of Rick after I would guess 26 years. I don't know. It's amazing.
But tell us after we came back from Mexico, what was?
He was always working on
Because I didn't see as much as you.
I just
after
remember
that.
you being depressed. We didn't talk much. I was the guy partying and telling a whole story to every single person in the plane
Oh, about the
and
jail,
getting
yeah.
drinks like crazy. I was hammered on the way back too. I mean, I was kind of happy. When we got there, was there not guards standing there with guns though when we first got there?
Got where?
Mexico. Well, not Canada.
Yeah, they were all around the place, right? Yeah. When I got back to Canada, I wasn't depressed when I got back to Canada, but it did make me re-examine my life. I just thought, fuck, man, I mean, what am I doing here, right? I'm in fucking foreign jails, fighting other prisoners. Like, this is not going to end well if I keep up this reckless behavior, right?
Did Darren blame me? Because usually it's my fault for Darren, whatever happens.
No, nobody blamed you. Nobody even really blamed me either. They just kind of absorbed the story and that's it, right?
You know what I find too is people don't really believe.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
But they're shocked by it and yeah.
Like I don't even so we got out and then we just hung out, just did nothing. I don't know how we survived.
Well, we had a court date. We were supposed to have a court date from 2 weeks then.
Yeah, that was nice.
And that's why we were hiding in San Jose del Cabo.
Canadian what they called again?
Howard Johnson.
No, who we got our tickets from, they wouldn't help us.
Oh, the
Canadian
tour
government
director.
wouldn't help us. Kelly and them, they were just having sex in my bed. They wouldn't help us.
Yeah.
They hung up on me actually because we're having sex in your
Yeah.
bed. So thanks, Kelly. Never see him again, I guess.
Yeah,
You're
maybe.
funny. Let's go back to the golfing in Mexico.
Oh yeah, that.
Videos on his page. He was fucking really good.
Yeah. He thought I was faking it. You thought this guy's having me on. You got a cat.
Yeah, you're saying there's like people like maybe 100 yards down.
I don't want to hit them.
Yeah, he doesn't want to hit them. He proceeds to swing 500 times and miss the ball.
Yeah. You know what? I haven't gotten any better. I still absolutely suck at golf.
You play or?
I've been roped into it a few times over the years, but you know what golf is to me? Golf ruins a perfectly good walk in a park. Like, I like more physical type sports. Volleyball,
Yeah.
I'll do that. I don't like to hit a fucking stupid little white ball.
You know why you don't like
And
that?
then chase it 'cause it's hard.
you can't hit it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it sucks. I mean, even hockey players struggle a lot with golf, right?
Well, we have the hockey swing. If you watch my swing, it's a hockey swing. It's not like I don't
Like
know how
Happy
to-
Gilmore, right?
Yeah.
That was before Happy Gilmore came out, too.
Yeah. So we were Happy Gilmore's before he came out.
Yeah, the inspiration for Happy Gilmore.
Not that he's gay. He didn't come out.
And you know what? I should post the video of us playing volleyball with Michael Gross.
What?
Yeah, on the beach.
Were you wearing your pink shorts?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, that's another shitty thing. every time I got these great pictures from there, and anytime I want to immortalize them, I got these fucking these
Nothing wrong with gays.
lame pink shorts. So
Better mine though. I'm still upset about him. Let me walk around with shorts that look like diapers
nobody could stop
and
you.
not telling me I was a stick man.
You know, that's funny. That you had your birthday when we were down there too. You remember that? You turned 25.
I was 25.
Yeah.
Oh, I was 25.
I remember your birthday. It was while we were there. It's in February, right?
Did we have fun?
February 20th,
28.
28. Yeah. Yeah, it was
Send
down.
me gifts.
Oh, it's too late now. Right?
I know, but
And your birthday was on. That's when the Gulf War, the land war started.
did we have fun or?
Not really. We went out. I mean, the wind had been taken out of our sails by that point. So we went out that night